And new tonight at 5:30, for several years, a battle has brewed between the Cuomo administration's plans to shut down a children's psychiatric facility in West Seneca and local lawmakers opposed to that.
And now lawmakers are ratcheting up their efforts to keep the facility open. Our Dave McKinley is digging deeper into the methods they're now taking to try and convince the governor that closing it is a bad idea.
50 days after launching a petition drive, State Assemblyman Mickey Kern sat before a pile bearing 10,000 signatures opposing the state's plan to close the West Seneca facility and move it to the Buffalo Psychiatric Center. The state says the move will centrally locate mental health services and save $3 million, which could be spent to expand services to another 1,000 children and their families. Kearns affixed his own signature to a letter he'll send along with all of these to a governor he says is out of touch.
As your father said in his famous 1984 speech to the Democratic Convention, there is despair in the faces that you don't see and in the places that you never visit. Mr. Governor, the WMYCPC is a place that you have never visited.
But from the governor's perspective, there's technically nothing to act on. The bill that unanimously passed both houses of the legislature opposing the state's plan has yet to be sent to his desk. The responsibility to send it lies with its sponsor in the Senate, where it originated, Senator Pat Gallivan.
Are you going to give it to him and when?
Well, we will forward it to him. There's no question we'll do that.
But perhaps not for another month or so, as he runs a campaign corollary to Kearns' petition drive involving this mailer.
So that we can impress upon the governor how important this is and that people care about it.
But we asked Gallivan about the wisdom of waiting while the state continues to spend money on building the new facility over here.
And he comes back and says, well, we already spent $1 million too late.
As far as the Buffalo Psychiatric Center and the build-out that's taking place, we've offered alternative uses for this.
Like a residential treatment center for the growing number of opioid addicts.
The construction won't be for naught. It just could be repurposed and used for something that's better needed and better suited.
Should Cuomo veto the bill when it eventually gets to his desk and ignore the will of all these signatories, the legislature could try an override, setting up a showdown which, while not as rare as a solar eclipse, is something seldom seen nonetheless.
In fact, according to Gallivan's office, it has been 10 years since the Senate voted to override a gubernatorial veto, and even there the Assembly wouldn't go along with it. Undaunted, though, should it come to that, Gallivan notes this measure was approved unanimously, and he says he sees no reason lawmakers who voted for it before would change their minds now. Dave McKinley, Channel 2 News.